Hey, welcome to our podcast. No. I was trying to think of like something before the music kicks in and then
That was good. Welcome to our podcast. Nope.
Oh, a coworker. Oh, hold on. I know.
Hello there, darling.
All right, hey, welcome to the podcast. Wait.
Welcome back, you guys. We're back.
And on that note, cue the music. Trying different things to get us into this. All right, so what's up? What's the good word? What's the hash? What's the we talk about? All right, let's start it. Ready?
Welcome back, guys, to Love Hard Talk Dirty podcast. My name is Brittany A. Moore, sex worker and somatic relationship coach.
And I'm Ed Charette, filmmaker, author, lighting designer. Sorry about that. Lighting designer. Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
I don't remember. So today we're talking. What's the episode? When red flags are green flags?
When red flags are green flags.
Or become green flags.
When red flags become green flags. Or when we miss the fucking red flag.
Yeah.
We missed them big red flags.
Colorblind with flags.
We missed them.
All right, you gotta give her a minute. Take her a second to warm up, folks.
It does a little. I think this happens almost at every beginning of every podcast. Yeah. I have to like sing it through it. Is that theater kid in me?
You good? Okay. All right. All right. Well, now, when red flags are green flags. Cut this part, Ed.
When red flags are green flags.
All right.
When good girls go for bad boys. That was initially what you had texted me when we were coming up
forever. I had written it into a script a very long time ago. It's two guys talking to each other. He said, she's got like the Eva Braun syndrome. That was Hitler's girlfriend. You know, he was like the worst guy, and he still got a girlfriend. You know, but the idea of like, why do they? You know, the good girls go for the bad guys, but sometimes it's just going for the wrong people. And I don't understand. I've never been able to understand why, but now that I have a little more clarity, I do.
Well, what's your clarity on it?
It would be to each relationship, it'd be different. But having more life experience, like I was telling my wife the other day on our first date, there was a big red flag. And
I've heard this red flag.
She had the shot of whiskey on the table. You know,
I think we've talked about this. I think in our early episodes, like when episode 1 or 2. But I was taken aback. I was like, "Wait, what? Fisa got down like that?" But yeah, and then not that was a green flag. I don't know. There was something about it that. Well, you also had an adverse, like you were not cool with alcohol
at all.
Yeah,
right,
so
right.
like her having a shot at the table already, was like, what's happening?
Big red flag.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like at some point throw caution to the wind. I guess I felt like I could handle whatever was coming my way. Like at first. In the beginning, it was like I said, I was just trying to get laid. But it was like after the first kiss where I was like, oh shit, like this is not, oh shit, it wasn't that negative. It was like, oh, I thought there was something special there. So I just kind of went with it and rolled with the flow and just got caught up in it. And I see the benefit a little bit of that now. Maybe things were a little rockier in the beginning, but I kind of knew from the beginning. So because of that, the things that happened, I was just like, oh, all right, well, that's just something that either she's got to work out or, it was just something that I had felt like at some point, like, well, I'm secure enough to know like where I'm at and I'm stable enough mentally to handle whatever was gonna come, or you know what I mean. So I just kind of was like, all right. But in the meantime, like as I went through life, I would see many scenarios of different age groups of women who would be with somebody that they're trying to change constantly, somebody that was always underperforming or whatever, and they just spent. And I remember having this conversation with a younger, like a 20-something. I was living in Florida, some 20-something-year-old girl around the older women, and like saying to you can't go. You know how many women ruin their lives, spend their lives trying to change some guy and just wasting their life. And then the older women were identifying with it, and they're in their 40s or 50s, and they're like, oh yeah, like they all had that same issue. You know what I mean? And like, why is that a recurring theme? And or maybe they're, you know, maybe it's not like, maybe that's not a red, maybe you don't see those red flags early on or anything like that. It's just something you're constantly in a relationship trying to pattern yourself where you're saving somebody, like what my thing was for a very long time. But I guess I got to a point where it's like, well, I can do, I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I went off with that tangent. Other than, yes, I had a red flag with her at the beginning, and then in the beginning of a relationship, like we actually had a really rocky start. It wasn't until like she had her first stroke where things just changed, like in our dynamic of a relationship. Because I was like, well, what are we fighting about? You know what I mean? Like I almost lost you. That kind of thing. And all the bullshit went away. So now our fights are, you know, worth it. Our fights are, you know, whatever, just normal shit. But like all the extra shit went away for a long time.
When you say extra shit, would you call it like toxic bullshit? Was it just like, yeah?
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm sure she would say it was me, you know, and I'd say it was her. So, but
guys kind of had to like grow up real fast, and
we got married a little early. You know, but yeah, for some reason I knew on the first date, so maybe I was wrong. Just kidding.
How many years in?
Yeah, right. So but like I've had those kind of relationships in the past, like I was saying in the earlier episode, like where there were red flags and I just stayed because I thought I could fix it. You know, because I always wanted to. I did have a thing for being the guy who saves them. That was a problem. You know,
it's that fixer fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of us fall for the idea and the potential of what people can be. Hence why, you know, you get in these relationships, that common denominator between the young girl you were talking to and the older women in what was it, salon? You said you were. I don't know why I envisioned you guys talking.
No, we're in Florida.
I don't know why a salon and flowers.
But it makes sense. It sounds like it. And we might have been, somebody was getting ready for a wedding, maybe at somebody's house. That's why we were all. I didn't even know the older women. Like it was all through a friend or whatever. So it might have been.
I don't know why. Why I envisioned that, but yeah, you fall into this, like, for the potential of somebody, of what they could be. Like, you see what's going on now, but you also see, well, he's, you know, they have these good tendencies, or she has this good tendency, and you know, the potential of what somebody could be. And that caregiver in you is like, well, I can fix them, I can love them. You know, you can love them right, in few words, like, if I, you know, I'm a good person if I just show them. I don't know if we go into it with that mentality, but
yeah, I don't know that it was I mean, I know. So a little bit of it was, I had a friend in Florida when I lived in Florida for a hot minute, for a little bit.
Where in Florida?
Southwest, Fort Myers.
Okay. Yeah, you've said that before.
And through one of my work friends, I became friends with him and his group of friends. And there was this guy who, him and his wife, they got married really young, they were together, but she would have these, and who I became tight with too, but she would have these episodes or whatever, and he would just damp it out. Like he would just, I know you're crazy, you know, not I know you're crazy, I know you're crazy, like whatever that thing is that's kill. And then he would just not let it happen. Like she had put her in an oven at one point, then he's like, nope, not this time, you're not doing that. And whatever he was solid. His name was Oak. He was you know, and it kind of taught me a little bit about like having, like he had an emotional stability to him that was deliberate, and like it was just a good example of how to deal with most relationship. If you see somebody who's in a situation like you knew it, you know what I mean? I speak of him now. He passed away a couple of years ago, but
sorry to hear.
Suddenly, but yeah.
I mean, I do see the emotional, like he has like this, you know, this sturdiness, this groundedness within him, but I also see, I don't want to say a weakness because I don't find that to be weak, but like, like it sounds exhausting to put up with somebody. So to me, there was something in him that, you know, that there was something in him that enjoyed that, like, I don't want to say enjoy, that camera stopped. But yeah, not necessarily enjoy, but there was a part of like, there's a toxicity in there. Like, you know, like, okay, he stood his ground, but how much, like, you know, how much can some person put up with? Right. And I don't know if that's healthy for anybody's like well-being to be with somebody who's sticking their head in an oven and just say, well, this isn't going to happen today, but how many days is he doing that? And how much, you know, like how exhausting is that? Right. Because like, I'm sure she wasn't just like, okay.
No, I mean, well, by the time I met her, she wasn't sticking her head in the oven. I mean, like it had all gone away, you know. But I guess they grew together, which is but that's why it kind of it was in the back of my head. It wasn't like that was the next relationship I saw after it, but like it was a little bit of a role model or something to see, like in real life, somebody my age in a relationship, married, like this is how he's handling it. Interesting.
It's interesting, right? Like, and you know, hearing the growth there, maybe him having his boundaries and like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not entertaining this. You know, there was growth. There was potential and room for growth where she was just like, oh shit, it forced her to behave maturely or behave differently than what she was doing because he wasn't tolerating that. His level of toleration was very little. So there's absolutely something to be mentioned and about that for sure. You had mentioned something earlier about like why we choose, I don't know what you said exactly, but it was just like, you know, there's a pattern here of choosing partners that aren't necessarily good for us, right?
I don't remember what I said either, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, like the finding, what was I saying? Like, but I think we were talking before about kind of being attracted to, is that what we're talking about? Like the trauma, you know what I mean? Like having, when you're being emotional with people and expressing things, sometimes that brings up
that
things
trauma
from the past, and you get like kind of caught up in everything,
entangled in that. Yeah.
But I don't know if that's but I have seen a pattern, like the pattern I saw, which I mean within myself was always I was trying to save them. So it was like, and it did lead down to a lot of either relationships not working or just bad relationship. It's really just you're putting yourself in bad positions for no reason, like when I was younger. But like seeing it how he handled it, and it gave me boundaries. Like the next couple of people I did, it was like quick, like reality, like no, we're good, you know what I mean? Like you know, for whatever reason, you know, with that first date with her or whatever, there's something different. So I was like, all right, it felt also in me there was something different, so I wanted to just grab onto that, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I haven't felt that in a while, so might as well fucking stick with it. And then
I like that you felt something and you went with it, like this is different, I like this feeling. Yeah I think that's huge, following what feels good in our bodies. You mean the same kind of feeling like when you're jumping in front of a train. kidding Sir.
Don't do that anybody. But no, for whatever reason, you know, here we are. But then I've also from the other perspective of watching people I know who get into those same patterns where they're getting, I've known daughters of shitty fathers who are like, have done jail time, who've, you know, still abusive and all that shit, and their man is abusive and in jail, and you know what I mean? It's just watching it happen over and over again, and or the other, not even that far to the extreme of just a closed off guy who just wants to drink and watches sports, and then you do the dishes or whatever it is. There's always something where he hits the kids and she does it. It's like a constant like. But I see them
you see a pattern, which is I think that's what I was getting at, is that pattern thing. Once I learned this, it like, and I say this a lot, like I bring this point up a lot about relationships and who we choose. Once I learned these details in my somatic training at the Somatic Institute, I was like, holy shit, this makes sense. And like, it just makes so much sense. And for me, for a lot of people, we ask these questions like, why do I keep picking this? Why do we keep picking the same type of partners, especially when we know like, like what's happening there?
Right.
We're drawn to what's familiar, as opposed to like what's healthiest. I don't know if...
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, like we are drawn. Once I realized that we pick partners based off how our caretakers showed up for us, which defines our attachment styles. So yeah, if our mother or father, weren't always present, we are often seeking, we have a kind of anxious attachment style, and that shows up in our relationships with people.
Yeah.
And so, if you were brought up in a home, this could be part of your fixer fantasy. Like if you were brought up in a home where
my savior fantasy. I want to save them. I don't want to fix them. I feel like the women want to fix the guys. Men, at least in my experience, want to save the women. So if it's even better if, sorry, I'm going to cut you off. It's even better if they're in peril. You know what I mean? Like if you have a drug addiction, if you have a this, if you have a that, I want to save you. I mean, it's not conscious now, but it was a thing for many years. Sorry, continue.
I think that's it's just something I haven't thought about. Savior versus fixer.
Sorry,
like that could be a whole fucking podcast.
I mean, there. Boys growing up, at least in my generation or the generation before, you want to, it's the 80s movie, whatever. It's you want to be the hero.
She don't want to be saved.
And even if you're like, oh, you grew up, that's not how it, but you still, it somehow works itself into the relationship. You want to be the one, right?
Yeah. That one that's needed, that's wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
you were saying I cut you off.
Don't be sorry. I don't know what I was saying.
Sorry. I'm sorry. That's why I'm sorry, because I cut you off. I shouldn't.
Attachment styles and the partners we pick. We pick what's familiar. We pick what we know. We pick what the fuck like we grew up on. How our partners, how our parents showed up for us. We often seek that in our fucking partners. And without knowing it, hey, like, why does this feel so good? You feel like this connection to somebody, which feels like connection, but it's just like a pattern that you have been so used to. So anyway, if you had a secure fucking parent, a parent who was there, who, every time you cried was right there, hey honey, what's going on, you'll seek partners who are going to fucking be there, who are going to be really present and responsive to you. If you had parents who drink or who threw things, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, but in a situation like that, or will you just be so upset for every relationship that doesn't give you that?
That as well.
I mean,
you could be seeking.
You're not giving me that. I'm not getting your full attention at all times.
Yes, that part too, where you're expecting this kind of like attachment that you're used to. You've been used to your whole life, and you're not understanding why this partner is not giving it to you.
Right.
What is happening? So, we absolutely seek that. But
those other patterns, those negative. Patterns do show up, you're saying?
Absolutely. I don't even know what we're talking about right now. What are we talking about?
Red light, green light. We're talking about how red lights become green lights. We don't have to do. We could just bail on the whole thing right now. Red lights. When red lights become green lights, is it a good thing or a bad thing? How about that?
And like, how do we know the difference between trauma bonding and healthy connection?
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Does it?
I think we should know the difference.
Why?
I mean, is it healthy to be trauma bonded with somebody? If you know, like,
if you both share the same pain, isn't it just something to bond over?
I don't know if that's necessarily trauma bonding. If you're just sharing the same same pain. Trauma bonding, I think, is a little more deeper than that. Like, you guys are, you know, that is like the foundation. That is like the. I had a friend who her and I like. We did so much trauma bonding that we thought we were a lot closer than we were, because we'd get together and like talk shit about our parents and like, and at the end of the day, we didn't really know each other, you know? Yeah. Like, we knew a lot of our history, but we weren't building anything. We were fucking drinking and smoking and like, oh my God, like crying together. And we thought we were like soul sisters, like soulmates, because we had this heavy trauma bond relationship, when we really needed to fucking work on our traumas. Like, we really needed to go to therapy and work through them, not like put them on each other. Okay. And like seek solace there.
I guess I didn't know what you meant by trauma bond. Yeah. But yeah, if you share some sort of trauma with somebody, isn't that a way to connect to, at least we know it's an easier way to talk to people? Or, you know, like if you both have shared a trauma, then it's easier to recognize if you have any PTSD or anything that pop up throughout your day, or signals or things to.
For sure.
So I don't know if that's something.
No, I think trauma sharing and trauma bonding, two different things. You know, like I can relate to you. I can relate to you through your trauma, but yeah, I feel like we. You know, if I've met someone who's had similar traumas or have been through something really intense, I feel like he gets me, you know, he or she gets me more. And is that necessarily the case, you know, or am I reaching?
Right.
Yeah. Am I reaching in that?
Would that lead you down a bad path of like, so you're seeing something kind of more.
Right. And because you're not working through your trauma, you are attaching to things in people that, you know, that are also not working through their trauma, because they are attaching to things in people, you know, not in the healthiest way. So I think that, yeah, if we can identify that, like, what's happening here with whatever the fuck, when you're sharing your trauma with whatever person, like, are we really bonding, or is this a release and a, you know, kind of getting it off, you know, you're feeling this kind of dopamine when it's released, right? And this person who's like acknowledging that shit that probably fucking, you know, people have made you feel crazy for, whatever it is. Yeah,
it's like employees who don't like each other really, but they bond over their shared hatred of the bosses or whatever.
Right.
You believe this fucking shit? And they go, yeah. There's some sort of like a all right, so then, but like,
go ahead.
No, yeah, go please.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment how chaos can mimic passion in that trauma bond. You know, like that it. I don't know. It feels exciting. It feels like they understand too, and yeah, I don't know that. That uneasiness that you get when you are like letting off your trauma, and someone else kind of gets that, it feels good, and we mistake that, I think, for fuck, I think I like you, you know, like
right. So you're saying, so if somebody, if you see that, let that red flag stay red flag. Don't make it like, don't assume there's a green flag in there because you see. Yeah, you're like mirroring almost. Like you see, like, oh, like, hey, we share some of the same things.
Yeah,
this
it's
would
familiar
be good sex for a long time.
Yeah, right. You're like, oh, this feels comfortable. It feels good. It feels familiar. But like, let's take a step back and really think about that. Yeah. Hard
disagree. So you know, I mean, there was the joke of like the good girls always go for the bad boys. Like, why is that a thing? But like, I mean, it is a. Do you think it is just pattern recognition, growing up, or how they're treated by a caretaker, by a parent, or are there other things there? Like, I've seen it happen so many times that, and I don't know if it's just sometimes, and maybe I see it more in women because I've stayed friends with women throughout. Like I'm not friends with women. I see it more clear because they're on the other side of the aisle. Does that make any sense? Like you know, Whereas my male friends, we have our. I already know. I know he's staying with her for the rest of his life, or he, you know, I already just know them. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever. But like there seems to be like it sometimes you sometimes see it from afar, like they don't. There's something about them that doesn't think they're worth more than they are, or there's something there that it's like.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I don't know. So
that low self-worth that's in there, you literally attract how you feel. Like you attract people that like, you attract things and people. I believe in energy, but this goes a lot deeper than energy. You know, I mean, there is a level of energy and attraction, right? But because I feel like when people say like you attract what you put out in the universe, you know, that's like an energy thing, right? But like I really strongly believe that like, you know, if you're speaking negativity, it's probably gonna have a negative fucking day. If you are you know, if you don't feel good about yourself, you're probably not going to attract people who feel good about themselves. People who feel good about themselves don't like, you know, I don't want to say they don't want to be around people who are negative Nancy's, but like they don't.
You said it the second time you said negative. Negative Nelly, I thought.
It's negative. Is it negative Nelly?
I've never heard negative Nancy.
I like Nancy.
Okay, we'll go with Nancy.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to criticize. I didn't mean to. That's me being negative. I'm sorry.
Negative Nelly.
Negative Ned.
Negative, that doesn't have a ring. It has to be a 2-syllable name. Negative Nancy, negative Nelly.
Negative John Ditton. All right. I don't know. All right. So I didn't mean to be a negative. What the fuck were we just talking about? I went off on a tangent. Negative Nelly. Before the negative Nelly. There was I'm like focused on that word now. Negative energy brings back negative energy kind of thing.
Yeah, like what you're attracting. Like if you have low self-worth, you're not attracting people who are really confident in themselves. I mean, you could, but I don't know if there's longevity in there.
I think you could. I guess maybe you're right, but I don't know. It could, because if somebody, you know, I'm going across a broad scan of people here, but like if they have a negative energy or self-worth or whatever's going on, it might not show up in the beginning of the relationship or something, but like because a guy could just be confident and kind of take over that dynamic in the relationship. Does that make any sense?
No, I'm lost.
Okay.
I also was like looking at what I wrote, like, what the fuck is this? I'm not reading this anymore.
Well, what was it? Right? You were right, because we're just going off on a tangent. Or are we not? Or are we making sense?
I think we're making sense, and I forgot what you said because you said to look at my nose.
Oh my god! Did you smoke? Am I high? What's going on right now?
This is a long fucking day. It's like 7.
Oh, you're right. We had to stop. I'm sorry for the
eaten.
camera. Oh, me neither. I'm sorry. Shit. You want
a little
something?
Off the rails. No, I want to get through this episode.
Sorry.
Yeah, almost done. We just started, dude.
It's like 31 minutes.
You took about 10
with the camera changing, or
maybe.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry. We're here. We're in this.
The energy, your body is eating all.
It's eating my fucking brain. I got lights in my face right now.
More wiry.
AC is off. It's just, you know, there's a lot going on right now.
That's how it works.
Yeah, fucking fuck.
Put all that negative energy out and see what happens. So I forgot. You know, I had a friend, and she was convinced. Like every time she like, cause I'd be like, I shot my movie or I did a book, and it'd be like, I have no confidence. That's what she would say. And after a while, I was like, I think you just. I mean, I don't know if I said this out loud to her, but it was like, I think you're projecting, because I'm a pretty fucking confident guy. Like, you know, I had been working on a novel for a long time or a movie for a long time, like. And maybe because they thought I wasn't putting it out, that I was not confident. But I was like, no, I'm just being professional. Like some people are like, oh, you're being perfectionist. I'm like, no, I'm just I want it to be the best it can be before it's out in the world, or else, you know, what are we doing? And I always felt like this girl, but maybe she knew me from when I was like 16 or 17. So it's like, you're just not confident enough. And maybe it's the way the girl that I said I had a thing for, and I told her to say, oh, cool, and then she left the car. Remember?
Yeah.
Same girl. Years later, we were friends, but like the idea of like, maybe she's projecting or remembering me from like 35 years ago, or whatever, that I'm still that
people do that. They hold on to
that.
I wasn't
confident that, but I don't know, if you met me, I feel like most of my coworkers or people would say, not Ed, he's kind of fucking arrogant piece of shit, you know what I mean? So it's weird.
It might have been wrong choice of words. I also don't like the idea of people like pressuring you to put out art. Like, that's never a good thing for an artist. Like why haven't you put this shit out? You must not be confident. Maybe she meant to say there's some fear in there, maybe, or like even you being a perfectionist. Like, I think that's the whole glory of being a fucking artist, is like, looking at it until you want to put it in the universe, and that means nitpicking at it for 10 fucking years. That's what it's gonna be like. I don't know.
Plenty of people, especially people that were in the movie, and they were just like, put it out,
like, what the fuck. I see.
I can't, like, if you saw what I was seeing, you'd be like, no.
I'd probably have a heavy opinion about it too if I was in the film and you weren't putting it out. Like, what are you doing, Ed? What's going on? But yeah, that's
And I have people who, movie podcast, other thing. But anyway, so back to red flags, green flags. So I guess, but then at what point is like, well, that's your life and that's what you're doing. Like, if somebody had that pattern and then they ended up like, I've been with my wife for 13 years now. Mm-hmm. Was it the right decision? Was it the wrong decision? I think it's the right decision. But if you're on the outside looking in, or you're a therapist, would you be thinking, maybe it was a red flag and you should have stayed away? And I'm only saying this in terms of, well, there might be people listening now who are in a relationship, and like, or female friends I knew that they're in that relationship now. I'm telling you that when I say like, there's a female friend I have who's in an abusive relationship that she needs to get out of. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not physical violence, maybe it's more emotional damage and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And when I say that, there's going to be a large handful of women who think I'm talking about them. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're literally friends that they don't know that I know each other. Like, they, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they're in the same situation. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand it. But like, they're already in. Maybe they have kids. Maybe they don't. But they all are still. And why? Why are they still there? Is it just because of kids? Because that my parents' generation, the same thing. And isn't it better at some point to be like, well, kids or not, the better example for the kids, the better love for the kids is to get the fuck out of the situation, So. Yeah, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I have a really like not strong opinion, but like heavy heart for people in domestic violence situations. And also, I like that these questions are being asked, because I feel like we need to talk about it a lot more. It's not easy to leave. Mm. Nobody shows up as an abuser. Nobody shows up beating ass. Nobody shows up fucking gaslighting you. Like, everyone puts on the best version of themselves. Most of the time when that veil comes off, it's way too fucking late. And it's like, you are way too far in. Most of the time. Sometimes you don't even realize it's happening because you are so blinded by your love and attraction and bonding that you have with this person and how good it feels, that it's hard to weigh that out with whatever negative that shows up, right? And you start making excuses. It's really hard to come with the reality that this person is that, especially when you're there already. You're just like, there's no way. This isn't the person that I met. This isn't the person that I met. This isn't the person that I agreed to be in a relationship with. So it's and then at certain points, it's, you've almost lost control of reality. And so it's hard to, like, when you're in abusive relationships like that, at certain point, when you start realizing that you're there, you've already lost a lot of connection with friends, with family. The abuser has already isolated you from the things that you start becoming touch with reality that you're not sure what's happening. You're not even like, it's just, you're so out of yourself when you're in a relationship like that. That it's really hard to see. And then when you start seeing those, like, holy shit, I need to get the fuck out. It's really hard to see that pathway. It's really hard to see that door open. And also, I think the rate is like in the 70s, like 75% or something of women are harmed or killed when they finally decide to leave. Like the number is so high. Because then the abuser realizes, oh fuck, I'm really losing control now. She gets it. She caught on. Fuck. And then they want to gain that control back, and the violence just becomes immense, so immense. And so it's not easy. It's not just about the kids. There's also financial reasons. At a lot of points, like he's made it. He's provided the safety net for you, or she. I keep saying he, but this can be she as well. Has provided the safety net for you, where you're like not working. You know, the car's in his name, the house is in his name. Right. You can't leave. Like nothing. Yeah. Like you can, right?
Right. But there are options. You have no place to live. Yeah.
You've been out of work for 2 years. You had kids now. You've been out of work. Yeah. You're out of the job force. It's so fucking hard to transition. Like think about all these. Think about trying to do that even without an abusive partner. Right. Like if today you were told you have to get up and leave here today and start over, fuck everything you've known, because you get out of an abusive relationship, you need to find safety. Safety is now your goal, right? And that means removing yourself and sometimes changing your number, your name, your whatever it is, up and leaving. Would you be able to leave behind, you know, lighting and all your shit and like pick up tomorrow, like not even tomorrow, today, you know, because in these situations it's urgent. Like if I need to go. Right. How do I go? And like the planning person, then what happens then you plan. All right, we're going to make a plan for you to go. What if he finds out? Now what? All these fears and things come in, or she finds out all these fears and things come in. It's so bigger than just like, oh, why didn't you leave? I didn't know I needed to leave. And when I found out, it was too late. It was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And so and at that point, you almost need like help. You need reinforcements. You need someone to know. You have shut everyone the fuck out that you don't want to tell anybody anymore. Yeah. You know, he hit you once, you told somebody, you went back. He hit you twice, you told somebody, you went back. And people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? People lose respect for you. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to be around it. You become so isolated that it's not fucking easy, man. And that goes, and it's not. I kept mentioning the abuser as a he, and I think it's just because
statistically, but
it goes both ways.
And the other, I mean, I've seen situations with the physical violence going the other way, like really bad. And the emotional abuse of it, like. That warping of your mind is like, it's so intense that sometimes I feel like in some of the relationships I've been in, I'm like, I wish you would have just fucking hit me instead of like breaking me down. Yeah. I had, personal, but so it was in a relationship, and I had, you know, in getting to know each other, she had, you know, known about some of my past traumas, you know what I mean? And I had, you know, had some sexual assault and blah, 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 things like that. And just done some random fight night. And I say that like, you know, we're just laying in bed and a fight wants to happen. She starts just saying it. She started bringing up the abuse of my, like, oh, you were, and what just like,
fuck?
And that's like, you know what I mean? That level of like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
I dropped the C word that night. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I think it was justified, but like the idea of like, that kind of and I was like, please shut up, please. I'm trying to cover my I just want to go to bed. I gotta work in 2 hours, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? And it just kept saying like that kind of abuse is
that's torture.
Right
It's literal torture.
Right.
Yeah.
So we fell in love, and then but anyway, that's what I meant by like so getting like, you know, is that it can, you know, and it's like at that point, like, is that person having like, you justify it to yourself, is that person having a bad day, what's going on,
right?
And then like your job, whatever, you get to work the next day, you pay your bills, whatever, and then are we done for good, or do you figure it out a few days later, or you know what I mean. But how do you forgive that? How do you forget that? How do you, you know? And then it's tricky. Like what you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
do I ever share anything ever again with anybody?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then you start to
again what I was saying about it. I don't want to put anything out there in the world.
In the world.
You know why? Anyway. Sorry, go ahead.
Lots of trauma
But
responses there.
How much do you want to share in any relationship now going forward? Yeah.
And then also it doesn't help like the societal fucking pressure that you're supposed to make it work, and you know, you don't leave anybody, and you know, it's a fucking lot.
Good times.
What I was trying to say earlier, I just scrolled down in my notes and I couldn't get it out. When I was saying about attraction, low self-esteem draws people to those who reflect their inner narratives. That's what I was trying to get at with like the whole attraction thing. I just feel like that's worded better. Like the way you
say it again.
Low self-esteem draws people to those who reflect their inner narratives. Low self-esteem.
I mean, I'm trying to process it. Say it one more time.
Low self-esteem draws people to those who reflect their inner narrative.
Okay.
So like, yeah, if I'm fucking have low self-esteem, people with low self-esteem are going to be attracted to that, right? Like,
or do you want to? It's your inner narrative, so you want somebody. I have a low self-esteem, so I want somebody who's going to see me as less than I am. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't see my worth. You know what I mean? They see what I think I'm worth.
Right.
They feel that narrative.
Yeah,
right?
They feel that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I was trying to get it at.
That's how I got laid in high school. No.
Oh shit.
Sorry, I keep trying to add some jokes here and there. Before you were talking about I felt we need a joke, but then it's like, oh my God, she's talking about domestic violence. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to liven it up a little bit. You know, it was a funny anyway, but sorry. Yeah. Red flags, green flags.
Red flag, green flag, 1, 2, 3. Red flag, green flag, 1, 2, 3.
So you know, it's almost like mirroring. I think that's kind of what you said. You're putting out the negative energy, kind of in a sense of just getting that negative energy back. All right, you're asleep now already. You are hungry.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm here. What
else is in the notes?
How do you feel about these notes? I don't know how I feel about them.
I feel like you chat BT'd them.
So let me tell you guys.
Cheat BT.
Let me tell you guys. I mentioned one fucking time, okay, when we before we even started recording, I'm like, we were coming up with podcast ideas. We hadn't had the ball rolling. Nothing was happening.
Nothing.
And he was just like, yeah, we'll just meet up. And I was like, we have no fucking plan. So I suggested.
You came up with some notes, right? In ChatGPT?
Fuck off. That... Well, we could come up with a podcast. You heard that, right?
Ooh, coin that phrase. Trademark.
Right?
Right.
Have a podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How to do a podcast.
Of Chat GPT giving us a outline
of what to do
of our podcast, of like giving us some ideas, and he was like, absolutely not.
I mean, it was an email, but yes, I did have an inflection about, are you fucking kidding me? We're not doing that. But I didn't mean it like that.
He had to think about his response, but he had to think about even if he wanted to work with me moving forward after that. He was like,
you even mentioned that? Like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, seriously. So ever since I mentioned that, he's like, are you using ChatGPT?
She's 100%. Of course she's not going to want to tell me, because I said, fuck this, I don't work with you. But she's just off the cuff, like, oh yeah, come on. You were, are you using it right now?
Shut up.
Like you said, self-esteem, and now there's notes on self-esteem.
I had to scroll down.
I mean,
to
they
get
say
that one.
all these. I mean, the creatives are the ones that are going to make that you can make money with AI right now by the creatives. That's the people that are making podcasts and doing those things. Using AI can help you get to that, next level of business, but. They also say that because they need you to interact with it, because they need your brain.
They need our brain for it. right. They're pulling everything that we're putting on this podcast into ChatGPT.
Right. It's all going there, and they get my voice and all that shit. But I'm not going to make it easy for them. Fuck that shit. And because the AI is the thing, it's like, I already, like, the gold is up here, not here. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
No, I'm not going to go off the whole thing about AI. I apologize. I won't say it again, but I cheat beat CPT. I It's okay. You're fine to use it to organize your thoughts and do a whole thing and have some notes. I just want it known to history that it is not me. It is her.
It's no fucking...
When the fucking robots come and where it's humankind against the robots.
Well, but if that's the case, if I'm using it, then I'll be with the fucking robots. I'm protected.
You just sold out to humanity, and now we're all gonna have to. You're gonna be on the list. I'm telling you, mankind's gonna win. Humankind is gonna win, and you'll just be off with your head. You're gonna be one of those people. I mean, assuming we got through the MAGA Nazi era, but we're fine.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Like, are we gonna do something? I feel like we're not doing something now. Can we do something at the end of this term? Can we do something? Anything? Anything? Okay, let's leave politics out of here. But
cheat TBT. All right.
He'll forever think I'm fucking cheating on my GPT.
And now you sound like my ex-girlfriends. You'll forever think I'm cheating. That was a pattern I got into for a while. But then I also got a pattern of just being paranoid about it because I had one girlfriend who was like her thing. But she technically had broken up with the baby daddy by the time I got involved. But they were still living together, and I didn't really believe her, and it was like a lot of game playing, and I'm like, and it really messed with me emotionally, and I lived in that kind of I want that passion. It ruined a couple of relationships after that.
Ooh, that's interesting.
But then also the paranoia was there constantly of like, is she lying? Is she really mean? Because you get people, you're like, we're connecting. I love it. I love you. And then it was like, oh, you've been, okay.
Yeah, it's fucking hurtful.
Yeah. But then it was like, do I want to, what were you looking for in the next thing? I guess you just share less, or I guess you share more. You gotta just like, all right, fuck it. You get back up I'll get off the mat. But I think some of the problem is, I think our relationships are, unfortunately, a lot controlled by our subconscious.
Yes.
So
our subconscious, our trauma responses control our relationships too. Mm-hmm. Like we don't have control over how our bodies and how we react to shit. So that takes over. Yeah. I feel like if we've survived dysfunction or been through a lot of dysfunction, we kind of like, we crave it unconsciously. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it can manifest itself in other ways that are positive, like creating, or you know what I mean, like, because so that it doesn't fuck. If you get to a point where you figure out not to fuck up your relationship, like whatever, figure out the relationship and let the chaos go to how you paint the wall, or how you.
Yeah, those are the helpful fucking tools to manifest that shit into. Right. Huh.
Or just put it all into like an addictive behavior. And then, and then change your addictive behavior from like a drug or a thing to now it's work. And now I'm going to build an empire. And now I started IBM, or I started, you know what I mean? Like that's the ways to take the bad and make it the good.
It could be.
Or just get out of the bad relationship. If you're in a bad relationship, you know what I mean?
I just don't know if like all you're doing is just
running away.
Yeah. That's basically.
But I'm saying if you identify, you know what it is, but you still have those. You're saying you have to just be able to sit with it and that. But then what if that takes away your drive? What if the thing you've been running from, you learn that it's motivating me to go forward, but it's all I got. If I take that away,
that's great from an artistic, like I never thought about it from an artist's point of view.
But I mean, I'm gonna say entrepreneurish
point of view. Yeah, just from a creative point of view, like, well, shit, if I get rid of this, I won't produce. That's a fucking thought. Wow. I would love to interview somebody who fucking became so self-aware and so emotionally regulated that they're like, now life sucks. Like now I fucking can't do, like from an artist standpoint, like, hey, I can't create anymore. Someone who just like that's gone out the window now that they have.
I mean, is Musk a happy person? Is he coming from some severe trauma issues? I would imagine.
He's got a lot of problems.
Right. And then
I feel like they're all on the
Agent Orange, you know, that
all
he's
those
got
kids and why
his things, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, but whatever. Not like I want, you know, the world needs less billionaires or whatever, but like, you know, we're not politics here. But yeah, I mean, there's got to be, I think it's just, I don't know. But then again, does that help me? Like, I mean, is that really even the question of like mirroring the pattern? Like, so I've seen, like I said before, I did see all these people just in bad situations that maybe they started out good and maybe you kept your mouth shut because you're not supposed to say anything, right? But you could tell the red flags were there and they ignored them. So it's like, well, it's your friend, you got to trust her to do the right, you know. It's, I can't lecture you about this guy. You met him at a, you know what I mean? I don't know, he's got a
yeah,
he cheated on his wife with you, you know, like,
you kind of got to let them figure that out, unfortunately.
Like, I love you, whatever I could, I'm here, you know, cool.
Yeah,
like, call me when you need me, you know.
The best thing you can do is just like show up for your friend, be there for the, you know, like even when you know it sucks seeing. I mean, I feel like, as a relationship coach, I'm like, you don't fucking see that shit, you know. There's some
it's easy to say from over here,
from my perspective, from the outside, but I have to remember too, like I've been in that position where it's like, I'm sure people were fucking judging. Not I'm sure. I know 1,000% they're like this. Yeah. You know, what the hell is she doing?
Yeah.
It's really hard to see when you're in that shit, man. It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Now, all right. Positive. You know what I found? When your mind gets negative and you got to try to change it, and sometimes you can't think of anything to say, just say the word positive. It's just positive. Just say positive in your head. Positive.
Actually makes you feel good. I said it twice and I'm like, positive.
You can't say I'm not being positive. Positive. It's a positive word. It's the positive word.
Do you feel good when you say it?
I don't know, but sometimes it helps if I'm in the middle of what the fuck is going on in my life. Positive. Because I can't think of anything to be positive about. Just say the word. Positive. Something's got to give. It's got to work at some point.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. Positive. No, just got to remind yourself something. Because, you know, I mean, you're talking about the negativity and all that stuff, but sometimes it's like, well, yeah, but there's also that part of like, that's where a good sense of humor can come from. A nice cynicism helps you get smarter. You know what I mean? Like, there are things that, I shouldn't judge and clarify. Some people would jump all over me on that. But it does help you, and it can get your writing better if you're a writer, or, you know, there are certain things that negativity, because I've met people throughout my life, especially the younger generation, who are just, you know, so positive because that's like they have to, that's the way to be. You don't want any negativity, and it's like you're just avoiding life at that point. How are you feeling about this episode?
It's okay.
Filler. Not as funny, not as engaging.
I just feel like my energy's low.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's
sorry about that dump.
Don't be
the car dump, people, not that. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
So this is what happens. I always feel like I start getting tired by episode, and then I'm like, that was a fucking shitty episode. I get like really like into my head, and then I listen to it back and I'm like, that was great.
Yeah.
I'm like, we were still good. We were funny. I think we were one episode we were recording that we were kind of tired, but like it wound up being a really good episode. A few of them. The body image I thought was gonna be fucking terrible. That was it's one of my favorite ones. I was like, what is this?
We gotta analyze that episode at some point too. I want to do.
We should definitely analyze that and go back for we've touched on body image a few times in our episodes, so it'd be nice to go back and I'll save it for that. But I was like so upset, you know, for that week or so after, right? And I'm in the bathroom and I'm completely naked. I was like looking in the mirror, I was like, see, that's how it, see, I gotta show her this. And then as soon as I said that, it went I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, but I love how your body physically like responds to shit. Like, what did you say? Show me made a hoe, motherfucker.
Right. But then if like she's there, it's like, whatever, just normal.
It's like, hey.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, friend, I know you.
yeah, exactly. All right.
I don't know, I like this episode. I think just one thing I want to touch on, which is in my notes. I'm going to tell you it's in my notes because I want you guys to know when I'm not pulling this right off my fucking head. I want this to be authentic. So I don't know if we're going to continue with notes. But I don't know about notes. Anyway.
No, I was going to ask you. You have more notes? Let's do it.
I just have one little more.
You made the notes. We might as well reference
Might as well
the notes.
fucking do them, right? I know. Rebellion and identity. Like this, like sometimes people choose that bad boy or that bad girl as a way to push back, as a way to reclaim something that they've been trying to hide, that they've had to hide for a while. You know, like you'll see the really fucking proper suburb girl, whatever, with the bad drug dealer boy. Like, what's happening here? Trying to make daddy mad. One of those, or she, but that kind of like example, right? And then. Yeah, what I want to ask you what you think healing looks like
in regards to
in relation to like what I hate using that word healed because I like this. Hi.
Sorry.
No, that was good. I'm gonna need that.
I can't see you. Look, there you are. Oh, my floor looks disgusting. How about that? Sorry, go ahead. Healing in regards to... Yeah, we're on video this time.
We are on video this time. I don't have to explain.
Sorry.
Oh, but we are gonna just
healing in what?
So, like, I guess my question is, because I don't like that idea of like, what does a healed person look like? Like a healed, but like, what, like, okay, okay.
No, that's her phone in the other room.
Okay.
She came out to use the restroom, I think.
Oh yeah,
I could be wrong.
So funny. No, it's fine. It's just like, what the fuck? So like we're talking about, people who like when we are ignoring the red flags, right? So like what would a person who's really self-aware, like what would that look like in choosing partners? Like
after getting out of the relationship, you mean? Or like I've healed, I'm no longer involved in those red flag relationships.
Yeah, like you're wanting to shift how the partners that you're picking. You don't like the idea of picking these partners, these partners with these red flags. You're now identifying the red flags and want to shift that. So like,
what does that look like?
Yeah, what do you think it looks like? Like what would that process be? Like what would like what would you like, what would that conversation with yourself look like? Like
I don't know that I've had, realistically, I don't know that I've really ever had a conversation with myself about the...
I don't think anybody really
right?
did. Like, do we?
Sometime, maybe like earlier on when I was journaling, and I'd work things out like that. Like, hey, I got to do this. I got to,
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, you should be more this. Or maybe sometimes I'll talk to myself, relax, but I don't have... Because eventually just... At least I felt that it was... I don't know. You know what? That's a tricky question because how do you... it would have to be kind of relationship to relationship and based on each person, right? Like what is the thing that is broken to be healed?
Right,
you know
right.
What I mean? So in each relationship, I would say, although the first thing I did think of to say that I didn't was, because my mind goes to this, because it's a common thing of like, because you're meeting somebody, and by the way, the alcohol on the table, right? That is also the first thing. Are there no alcohol? Is there no alcohol? Like, as long as the substances, like that's how my mind goes. Because and just friends, people I've had who are so addicted to a thing, and they're lying to you constantly, and you just don't want to be around it. And so knowing that, that's a different podcast altogether in terms of dealing with somebody who's an addict or whatever. But I don't know. Healing. Yeah. Going to the. I don't know. It would have to be. I guess. You say your conversation with yourself. It has to be some sort of something to hear, because I don't talk to myself. Well, I do, especially when I'm programming or doing something technical for movie fixing.
Yes, I can tell.
Yeah.
I'm good for this.
I got to do it every time. But in terms of like my narrative and my story or whatever, I'll just go like, I'll go to the higher power, if you will, or some sort of energy. I'll look up. You know what I mean? And if it's either I'm not really a religious person or whatever, but there's some unknown, there's some other thing higher than I am. So whatever that higher than I am, it's a better version of me. So I'll look to that, and I'll look to the hope of, well, maybe there's a better version of me out there where I am confident and that I deserve more, and I should, you know what I mean? I don't need to stay in this situation. I've had these bad situations in the past, but I'm fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Whatever it is I gotta find from that, that thing in the sky, that thing above me, the beyond, not the beyond. It's making it sound like spiritual, but I guess it is. It's spiritual, not religion-y. It's more like, above where you are. Try to get to better. Yeah. Does it make any sense? I don't know if I'm rambling.
Whatever that higher power is, no, you're making sense. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Fucking positive. You look for a positive in those moments. Yeah. Positive.
I mean, it does. It does end up being those kind of moments too, which again I wrote in one of the other books, where it does come down to like a faith kind of thing, or like sometimes I'll get like I went to the water, one of the biggest life problems I had or whatever, and I went over to the water here by the Hudson. Just trying to channel my mom, and like trying to find hope again, because I'd lost faith in everything. And those kind of things, those kind of moments, whatever they are, you're staring at the great beyond and something else, and a wind comes, and hopefully then you get your sails back and wait a minute, I do deserve it. I am this. I'm not what this person says, or I'm not what other people say, or maybe my penis is bigger than this woman's telling you. I would think it is. I think she's just a liar. Fuck her, man. Fuck her. Sorry.
That go for a laugh. Narrative is crazy.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's my healing, I think, is that having that's what it looks like. That first, if it's called an inner conversation, some inner monologue or inner whatever, is having that moment of like whatever you have to look to. If it's yourself, it's in the mirror. Be that, but I've always had issues with mirrors. So I go up, and then I think the biggest thing for me after that, or in any, was start taking steps. Sometimes don't overthink it, just go and like keep moving forward. It became a thing for a while, mantra for a while. That's how bad things happen and shit's terrible, but keep moving forward.
Just that's it. You got to keep moving forward. Yeah. So reflection and power to move, power to, what is it? Reflection and willingness to keep going.
Perseverance.
There you go. Great word. Exactly the word I'm looking for. So yeah, I think reflection plays a huge role in like how we can identify those fucking red flags, how we cannot make red flags greens. Like just do a lot of reflection on like, does this really land right with me? Is this what I want? Am I trauma bonding? Am I picking something am I picking someone as a rebellion? Is the chaos, am I welcoming chaos? Am I welcoming inconsistency and, nonsense? What's up?
I'm going to interrupt with, I think there could be a slight, and here it is. There's a misunderstanding of, are you seeing the red flags when red flags are green as a bad thing? And am I seeing it when red flags are green as a good thing? That's where we're coming from right now. I think there's a point where you go, yeah, but fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good who I am. I'm a strong, independent dude. I know what the fuck I am in life. I'm confident with who I am to a point, whatever. But at some point, like, I think I'm good enough to figure this fucking thing out. and just go.
And just do it.
And the stupidity is there, but it's a feeling, so fuck it.
It's so fucking shit. I do it all the time. I made something recently. It was like, I know you're bad for me, but like, I'm still gonna fucking do it. Like, so like, I know you're no good, but it doesn't matter. Like,
right.
None of that matters because I know like it's gonna happen and I'm willing to take all that bullshit that comes with it. What the fuck ever, right? I think that's a part of just life. Like, that's what makes life beautiful. Like, you can be so self-aware and still be like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do this.
Right.
And you know what? And I think that's a great note to end this fucking shit on. Like, it's okay if you welcome a red flag here and there. Like, do what makes you happy. No one is here to tell you what to do and how to do it. And if you want to welcome a fucking red flag, man, be my guest. You live and you learn. I've welcomed a few, and let me tell you, I've enjoyed riding those red flags. So I'm not opposed to a little bad girl activity. So live in your truth, have fun. Don't mistake adrenaline for passion. Don't mistake fucking trauma bonding for like your soulmate. Like, just as Ed said, reflect, man. Reflection goes a long way. So I think take a step back. Think about it. If you still want to do it, fucking do it. Have fun.
It's a terrible message. I'm sorry.
Awful. Terrible message.
But I mean,
I don't think it's terrible.
I did marry.
Be happy. Just be happy.
There were red flags right there on the table. And I married her. So, well, she's 20 years.
My Pfizer's.
All right.
Sir.
Okay. When did that one shut off?
Don't know. I stopped looking once you turned the camera the other way. I was like, oh, I'm not recording anymore. All right, no problem.
Okay, copy that. All right. So are we ending this one?
Yeah, I think so. Are we done?
Okay,
yeah, we're done. I'm fucking tired. Love you guys. Okay. Ed doesn't love you. Okay, see you soon. Comment, post, reshare. Please, thank you. Let us know what you think. See you soon.
Thanks, bye. The Love Hard Talk Dirty podcast has been a presentation of Back on Clock Productions, produced by Brittany A. Moore and Edward Charette. Theme music by the Chapman Brothers. Peace.